Hi y'all, this is So Blessed. Welcome to the Blessed Place. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for being here in the Blessed Place. I appreciate my blessed ones. As a matter of fact, many of my blessed ones have said, D, I absolutely love your videos, but I especially love when you talk about relationship and dating. And that's what we're about to get into. So listen intently. It might be a little long, so if you need to get you a little Alizé, no, I'm just kidding. No, I ain't kidding. If that's what you want, get some popcorn, some hot chocolate, whatever. Or if you're on the treadmill, we're about to get it popping up in here. Okay, we're talking about dating and relationships, and specifically one of the biggest dating mistakes we make as women. Listen up, I'm gonna get to that. But first, let me preface this by saying I decided to do this video because I've spoken to at least or talked with at least 3 different women about this very topic. And a couple of them I just talked to recently, but I remember one of my friend girls, I talked to her about this years ago, and we'll get into that too. But I just recently, yesterday, I was watching the Steve Harvey show. Now, did anybody see Steve Harvey when there was this private investigator lady who was on there, and she supposedly the worst dater in New York? And what made her such a horrible dater is because of her background as a private investigator, she would interrogate these men and put them on the spot and make them feel like they were interviewing for some corporate position or military or whatever, rather than just going out on a date and enjoying a date. And when Steve Harvey just showed the commercial of what was coming up, I was watching it with one of my friend girls, and I was telling my friend girls before the segment even came, I said, you know what, I'm going to do a video about that, because I've talked to several women about this and told them, I said, I just spoke to recently to a young lady and told her the very same thing. And I said, and now when I do my video, I don't want people to think that I am just plagiarizing from Steve Harvey. So y'all, if you did see this, if you saw Steve Harvey's show yesterday, did anybody see it? Raise your hand if you saw it. Leave me a comment below. But it was the private investigator lady with the blue dress on who was like just drilling these men. Okay, if you saw it, leave me a comment. But I am not plagiarizing Steve Harvey, because I have said some of the exact same things that Steve was telling her. I said these exact same things to young ladies years ago, and even as recent as a couple of days before seeing the Steve Harvey show. Okay, let's get into this, y'all. I just had to put that on out there. But yeah, I need to be writing me a book. Anyways, so one of the biggest dating mistakes that we make, and I have just said this and said this, is as women, we meet a guy. Either we meet them online dating, Match.com, eHarmony.com, Plenty of Fish, which is POF, or any other many platforms that they have out there, or we meet them in real life, and one of the first thoughts that come to our heads is what type of potential they have as our mate. Could this potentially be the one? Y'all ladies, don't lie. Don't lie. I've been there, done that. I know what I'm talking about. Don't lie. I'm not saying every one of you do this, so don't go get mad at me. If you don't do this, then you are doing awesome. But I know that there are women who are listening to me and you say, oh, Deidre, get off my toes, because you are so right. It's a subconscious thing. It's not something that we are intentionally trying to do. Like I say, been there, done that. But because we have this desire to share our love with someone, a God-given desire, mind you, to share our love with someone, we have so much love to give. I remember there was this lady who got married like in her 80s, and she said, I was so lonely, because I think she was a widower for years and years, and she said, I said, Lord, I have so much love to give. If you just give me somebody to give away this love. And she got married like in her 80s. But we have so much love to give that it is just a subconscious thing that soon as we see someone, or either they give us a wink on one of those social media sites, or they send us a message, or we start talking to them, texting to them, or talking to them on the phone, or start having conversation, or we meet them, immediately we go into potential mode. Is he potential? Is he potential, to be my boyfriend? Is he potential? Is there a potential to move into a committed relationship? Is there potential for him to be my baby daddy? Or is there potential for him to be a good father figure to the kids I already have? We immediately, I'm talking about within sometimes the first contact, or not the first contact, by the second or third contact, we're already in automated mode to think that way. But ladies, we've got to fight against that. We got to fight against that it seems like almost natural instinct to start putting that on a man. And a lot of times, and we think it's not visible, we think it's not noticeable, but it is very, very noticeable to a man. Even if it's intangible, it's very noticeable to a man when he is being interrogated and when he's being looked at as a potential when we've only had a couple of conversations with him. I know that when I was single, from the time that I broke up with my daughter's father, who I'd been with for 5 years, until I was married to my husband, there was a 13-year span that I was single. And there was a time when I started getting to wondering, is he the one? Is he the one? Is he the one? I mean, sometimes men who I'd never even gone out on a date with. I was not even talking and texting and tweeting and Facebooking and calling and all of that with them. I would just think of them and say, I wonder, could he be the one? So a lot of times there's just that natural instinct, and especially as our clock is ticking and we're getting older, and I know a lot of my blessed one ladies are between the ages of about 25 to 45, because that's what the analytics tell me. So I know that we are getting to that place where we're starting to wonder, where is he? Is he the one? Is he the one? Am I overlooking him? But you have to really fight against that urge. I'm telling you, ladies, you got to fight against that urge, and you got to ask God to give you perfect peace that surpasses all understanding, so that you're not putting this on a man and it's not so noticeable when you're meeting someone. Because I tell you, we know that men are from Mars and women are from Venus, right? I mean, of course, not literally, but we know that sometimes it seems literally that men are from Mars and women are from Venus. But we know figuratively, men are just from a different planet, or hey, maybe we're the ones from a different planet. But we know that there's a difference in the way we think and the way men think. And I'm going to tell you the way women think and the way men think. I'm not a man, but I have studied the men. I have studied my father. I have studied my brother. I have studied my uncles. I have studied the men that I dated, or the men that I talked to, or the men in media, whatever. I have studied. So although I don't have the mind of a man, but I do know how to act like a lady and think like a man. So this is the difference. Women, when we meet a guy, whether, like I said, it's on Plenty of Fish, eHarmony, any one of those types of media, one of the first things we think is he potential? What is his income? What does he drive? What is his living arrangement? What is his family life like? Does he love his mom? Is he good to his mom and good to his sisters? Does he get along with his family? We are thinking all of those things. And you know what a man is thinking when he first meets us? He's not thinking of anything. We complicate the matter. He's not thinking of anything. Maybe sex. Not always, because every man who reaches out to you is not thinking of sex, not immediately. But he's not thinking of all that stuff. He's not looking at you as a potential. He's not looking at you as a baby's mama. He's not looking to see if you're just the right woman to raise his children. He's not looking at you as the one who will be a great step parent to his children. He's not looking at you as, are you the one he would want to take home to mama and mama and them? He is not looking at you in that way in the first few contacts, when he first sends you a wink on these social media sites, know what he's thinking? She's cute. That is what he's thinking. She's cute. Or she's attractive. Or perhaps, I wouldn't mind getting with that. But he is not thinking the same thing that we are thinking. So when a man reaches out to us, or perhaps as some women do reach out to a man, I personally don't recommend that, but hey, times are changing, do you? But when a man is reaching out to you, don't misunderstand that as more than what it is. What it is he thinks you're attractive. But how you take that, I think you're attractive, I think you're cute, I wouldn't mind getting to know you a little better, I wouldn't mind hanging out with you. Take the men at face value. That's exactly what they mean. It does not mean you're cute, I would love to have you as the mama of my children. You're cute and I would love to build a future with you. Does not mean that. When a man says you're attractive, you're beautiful, you're cute, you're lovely, I love your profile, we have a lot in common, I would love to get to know you better, there's a period at the end of that. And there's a reason that there's a period at the end of that. Because that's it. The end. The end. But we want to make it a run-on sentence. You're cute. You're attractive. You're lovely. You're beautiful. And I would love to get to know you better. And I would love to build a future with you. And I would love for you to have my children. And I would love to live with you happily ever after. And ladies, there's a period at the end of I would love to get to know you better. Period. Like I say, I've been there, done that. So it's not like I'm admonishing you as someone who has never been there. Okay, but I had to learn that, Deidre, a compliment is a compliment. Getting to know you is simply, I want to get to know you. But that's where we segue into how do you go from just a wink on a website or a few texts back and forth or a date here and there or a few phone calls here and there. How do you segue or transition that from that period, I want to get to know you, into let's move forth into a relationship and a commitment? Here it is, ladies. It's not rocket science, but many of us miss it. You use what you've been given. You use your charm. You use your wit. You use your intelligence. You use your kindness. You use your heart. You use your humor. And it pulls that man in. Conversation after conversation after conversation. And then that's when he starts to think, this chick is cool. That's one of the first thoughts that they have is, she's cool. Then they start wanting to contact you more and more. They want to call you before they go to bed at night. They want to call you when they wake up in the morning. They want to call you during their lunch break. They want to see you on Friday night, perhaps even go to church with you on Sunday. And then they start realizing, I am really enjoying her company. They haven't gotten to, I want her to be my baby's mama yet. I want to live happily ever after with her yet. So still, don't confuse it yet just because now he's calling and texting more often and taking you out on a date. Still, don't confuse that with, I want to live happily ever after with you, because it's all a process. And we are trying to get to the end, the happily ever after, without the process. Because in our head, we've already processed it. We processed it from the first wink. We've processed it from the first text. Good morning. How are you? We've gotten to the end without the process because it's all occurred in our head. And it has not occurred in their head at all. So now we're at the I enjoy this chick. For some reason, she's the one I want to talk to at night. For some reason, she's the first thing I think of in the morning. What is going on here? See, it catches them off guard. They don't know what's going on. Then, after they start realizing that I enjoy talking to this girl, I enjoy talking to this woman, I enjoy listening to this woman, she brings joy to my life. She makes me laugh. She is so funny, or she is so sweet. She is so kind. She is so loving. She is so thoughtful. She is so smart. She is really smart. That's when now they're starting to think, what is going on here? And what is going on with me? I'm talking less and less to the other chicks. See, when you start talking to a guy, you don't worry about the other chicks. You don't worry about who else is he texting. Who else is he sending a wink to on these social dating sites? Who else is he calling? After he hangs up with you at night, who else is he calling? When he's texting you, who else is he texting? When he's dating you, who else is he dating? You don't worry about that stuff, because when you become the one that he thinks about right before he lay his head down on his pillow, he doesn't want to talk to anybody else when he goes to sleep except God. If he's a man of God, you don't have to wonder who else is he calling in the morning when he wakes up, because you're the one he wants to talk to and not all the other chicks. And he starts wondering, what is going on? I don't have any interest in talking to Trina and Sue and Tasha and Gloria and Deidre, because Sharon got me all twisted. I'm twisted all up in the game, boo. Like I'm bringing that out. You got me twisted in the game, boo. He's wondering what is going on. He's confused. He's dazed. He's thinking about that thing. He may even kind of back up a little bit because whoa, I don't quite know what's going on here. Let me back up, because this girl got me all twisted up in the game. I'm not trying to hang with the fellas as much as I was. I'm so busy trying to see her during my lunch break. I'm not trying to do this or do that. I'm so busy trying to get with her at the end of the day or the weekend that my fellas asking me what's going on. And I'm trying to figure out, what is going on? But then as he backs up, then he starts realizing, I miss talking to her in the morning. I miss talking to her at lunchtime. I miss talking to her after work or going to hang with her after work. I miss seeing her on Friday night, or going to church with her on Sunday, or walking on the beach, or going to the movies. I miss her laughter. I miss her smell. I miss her smile. I miss her uplifting me. And my day just was so much better when she was uplifting me. So then he starts coming to his senses and say, instead of backing up, let me call her more before I miss out. Before I miss out on this good thing. Okay, we still not at happily ever after yet, but we're getting there. Once he starts to he wants to get to know you better. He wants to be around you more, because see, this is one thing that a lot of women miss. A man giving you money, that's nothing. A man buying you gifts, that's nothing. Women, sidebar, stop accepting all these texts from men. It's okay. A quick morning text, hi sweetheart, how are you? Miss you. Or a quick lunch text, I'm at lunch break, what are you up to? Thinking about you. But your whole conversation and getting to know you is through text, that's a cop-out. That's a man who either does not have time for you, is not interested in you, or is hiding behind text. because he is not confident enough to talk to you. There's more confidence in texting, because you don't have to be confident in your verbal skills. You don't have to have a comeback. You don't have to be witty. You don't have to be humorous. You can take time to think about text. And you can also hide behind text, because you could be in a relationship with a whole nother woman and still text a woman on the side. So women, I'm telling you, please take heed to this. I know it's, it's the way of the new technology. I'm saying, do not get to know a person through text, because you're not really getting to know them through text. Okay, back. Now this man is starting to want to be with you more often. He wants to spend time with you. That is the telltale sign if a man really cares for you. I get a lot of mails inbox. Again, you can send me mail to asksosoblessed1@yahoo.com. I get a lot of mail from my blessed ones who are asking, what should I do about him? Does he really like me? Does he care about me? The telltale sign is the time that a man spends with you. I know men are busy just like women are busy, but there is nothing, not a career, not a family member, not school, education, nothing that will keep a man from spending time, finding time to spend with a woman that he really, really cares about and likes and see himself moving forward with. Okay, that was another sidebar. All right. Now he's finding himself falling for you. Like I said, you don't have to worry about Keisha and them and all the rest of them, because they're going to start falling by the wayside, because he is falling for you. Okay, we're going to cut that off right there, and we're going to continue that. What happens after that? But I just wanted to get you through the initial dating, because the biggest mistake that we make, women, the biggest mistake is planning the end without the process. And a man is not planning the middle nor the end when he reaches out to you. When he's reaching out to you, it's simply to say, I find you attractive and I would like to get to know you better. Or, I find you attractive and I'm not too interested in getting to know you better, but you do appear to be my type, and maybe we could get a little something going on, and maybe we could be friends with benefits. Hey, it depends on what you want. If you want to be friends with benefits, hey, you grown, do you. But that's not my suggestion. Like I say, most of us, ages 35 to 45, those days over. I had my friends with benefits. In fact, my husband started out as a friend with benefits. And then we got to marriage 20 years later. So, been there, done that. But friends with benefits, that's not what you want, ladies. You want to be the wife with benefits. Love y'all. Y'all be blessed.